and welcome to Record Rep, the Adventist Record News podcast. It's Thursday, October 9. I'm Juliana Muniz.
And I'm Jankiewicz.
This week, sanitarium products among healthiest in supermarket shelves, and why are Adventist schools in South Queensland changing their names? We apologize for our absence in the past few weeks. Record Rep had to take a little break because we were a little too busy with so many sessions happening across our division.
Yeah, there were a lot of them. All the unions, a few conferences in Australia, and all the missions in PNG and the Pacific Islands.
We got to travel to a couple of those to do the coverage. I went to Fiji for the Trans-Pacific Union Mission session, and Ashley went to Auckland for the New Zealand Pacific Union Conference session. How did you find it, Ashley?
It was really good. It was my first constituency meeting, and it was really interesting to see how it all works. And I loved meeting people from across the union. What about you?
Oh, it was amazing seeing how the church works there and how the members and leaders are all very active and committed to the mission. If you want to know the main highlights from the sessions, check out our website. Now, before we jump into this week's main stories, Ashley, can you tell us what's been making headlines around the world?
In Ukraine, TikTok became the avenue in which Omelian Vysokansky met Jesus. Omelian came across an Adventist pastor who posted videos of Bible verses and his personal reflections and thoughts. Omelian was inspired to learn more about God and began reading his Bible. He searched for a local church and has since then become a part of the Adventist community in his area and is now preparing for baptism. In other news, a new study has shown that those who join multiple types of groups, such as church organizations, sports teams, or neighborhood associations, are more likely to be happier, healthier, and less lonely than those who don't. Being a part of a range of groups can help different psychological needs, while also lending support from a variety of people and offering access to diverse perspectives. As long as you feel as though you have a meaningful connection with others within the group and feel as though you belong, being involved can strengthen your capacity for coping with adversity, helping you to be more resilient and flexible in response to challenges.
Now back to the South Pacific. Sanitarium has picked up multiple wins at the 2025 Healthy Food Guide Awards, with several of its most popular products named among the healthiest options on supermarket shelves across Australia and New Zealand. Judged solely on nutrition credentials by an expert panel of dietitians, the awards recognize products that offer genuine health benefits to consumers. Among top winners, Weet-Bix 1.2 kilo value pack was named Best Cereal on both sides of the Tasman. In Australia, Weet-Bix Little Kids Essentials was crowned Best Kids Cereal. In New Zealand, the title went to Weet-Bix Bites Wildberry. Up and Go No Added Sugar Vanilla won Best On-the-Go Liquid Breakfast in both countries, and Sanitarium's So Good range of plant-based milk alternatives also took home several awards. Sanitarium says their goal is to support whole person health and inspire healthy eating through products that are not only nutritious, but part of everyday life for Aussie and Kiwi families. The South Queensland Conference is in the process of rebranding its schools to include Adventist in their names. The change is aimed at making the school's connection to the Adventist Church clearer to the wider community. According to Adventist Schools Australia National Director Jack Ryan, who had been leading this initiative in his now former role as South Queensland Education Director, many people enrolling their children in Adventist schools weren't aware of the school's faith foundation.
We had such varied views about each of our schools, and people thought they were standalone schools, not really connected to a church or let alone a system of schools. So we wanted to demystify Adventism to our communities, and we wanted to use it to profile our churches and just make the general community aware of who we are and what we stand for.
2 schools have already gone through the process, and according to Mr. Ryan, they are seeing benefits.
The schools that have made the change, Hope Adventist School in Bundaberg, it was previously known as Coral Coast Christian School, it made the change. It's actually been part of a rebranding up there, and it's had really good outcomes. Darling Downs Adventist College, it was previously known as Darling Downs Christian School, and we actually saw the role increase rather than decrease.
South Pacific Division Communication Director Tracy Britcutt says the move is a step in the right direction when it comes to improving the church's visibility.
We did some research in 2022 and it showed that the Adventist Church is not really well known in the community, and a lot of people don't understand what we are all about and what we believe. Research tells us that a consistent brand will help to lift awareness of our schools and shine a light on all the positive things the schools are doing in our local communities. So I think it's a wonderful decision that Adventist schools in Queensland have made.
The rebranding is being rolled out in phases, with feedback gathered from school communities and the support of an external communications agency. The transition also involves updates to signage, uniforms, and regulatory naming. Full implementation may take up to 3 years.
The actual process of rebranding, it's in the transition plan. We want to obviously respect parents' feedback regarding uniforms, so there will be a period of transition for uniform, for example. So, yeah, we're really encouraged by the feedback that we've got. It's pleasing to see where the board, I think, has been very courageous and strategic, and I think very prayerful in their decision. And we certainly see God's hand in allaying the fears of some of the leadership and the good outcomes that we're seeing already.
Before we close this week's episode, October is Adventist Heritage Month, a time to reflect and celebrate our shared story as a church. This year's theme is called The Great Appointment, reframing what once was remembered as the Great Disappointment into a story of hope and mission. The idea is to remind us that the faith and courage of our pioneers still speaks to us today. Adventist Heritage is sharing daily short reels and podcasts throughout October, highlighting the lives of early Adventists and showing how their legacy continues today. You can follow along on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and on their website. The daily devotionals are also available as a podcast. Just search Adventist Heritage Daily Devotional on your preferred podcast platform or check the links in the description of this episode.
And don't miss the live online Sabbath sing-along with Sandra Enterman on October 24.
Yeah, that's right. And that wraps up this week's episode of Record Rap. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't forget to visit our website at record.adventistchurch.com and follow us on social media for more updates and stories. You can also receive news straight to your inbox by subscribing to our weekly e-newsletter.
We'll be back next week with more news from around the South Pacific Division. See you then.
This is an Adventist Media podcast.